In a city that never slept, where neon lights painted the streets and skyscrapers kissed the clouds, there lived a woman named Elena. To the world, she had it all: a high-paying job, a sleek apartment, and a life that moved at the speed of light. But if you looked closely, you'd see the cracks in her polished exterior. Her hazel eyes, once bright with dreams, now carried a quiet weariness. Every day she walked through the bustling streets, a coffee cup in hand, wondering if this was all there was to life. One rainy evening, Elena returned to her childhood home. Her grandmother had passed away, leaving behind a house filled with memories. As she climbed into the dusty attic, a beam of sunlight broke through the clouds, illuminating an old, forgotten box. Inside, she found a set of watercolor paints, a sketchbook, and a half-finished painting of a sunset. The colors were faded, but the memory was vivid. She remembered sitting with her grandmother, brush in hand, as the older woman whispered, "The world is full of colors, Elena. Don't ever stop painting them." That night, back in her apartment, Elena sat by the window, the city lights flickering outside. She opened the paint set, her hands trembling slightly. The first stroke on the blank canvas was messy, uncertain, but it was a start. As the colors began to flow, something inside her stirred. It was as if a part of her, long buried, was waking up. She painted until the sun rose, her heart feeling lighter than it had in years. One day, on a whim, Elena posted one of her paintings online. It was a vibrant sunset, filled with hues of orange, pink, and gold. She didn't expect much, just a few likes, maybe a comment or two. But the response was overwhelming. People wrote about how her art made them feel: hope, nostalgia, peace. One comment stood out: "Your painting reminds me of the beauty I've forgotten to see." Elena stared at the screen, tears welling in her eyes. For the first time in years, she felt seen. Inspired by the response, Elena decided to take her art beyond the canvas. She found a dull, gray alleyway in the city and began painting a mural. It was a tree with golden leaves, symbolizing growth and renewal. As she worked, people stopped to watch. Some smiled, others took pictures, and a few even joined in, adding their own touches. By the time she finished, the alleyway was no longer gray. It was alive with color. One day, as Elena was putting the final touches on a mural, a little girl approached her. She had pigtails, a bright yellow dress, and eyes full of wonder. "I want to be an artist like you when I grow up," the girl said. Elena knelt down, her heart swelling with emotion. "You can be," she replied softly. "Just remember, the world is full of colors. Don't ever stop painting them." Elena's journey didn't stop there. She quit her corporate job and opened a small art studio. The walls were covered in her vibrant paintings, and the air was filled with the hum of creativity. She taught others how to paint, helping them find their own colors. It wasn't easy. There were days when she doubted herself. But every time she saw the joy on her students' faces, she knew she was exactly where she was meant to be. In the corner of her studio, Elena hung her grandmother's unfinished sunset painting. She had completed it, adding her own touches while staying true to the original. Beneath it, a small plaque read, "The world is full of colors. Don't ever stop painting them." Every time she looked at it, she felt her grandmother's presence, a gentle reminder of the journey that had brought her here. Elena's story is a reminder that your passion isn't just about what makes you happy. It's about what makes you feel alive. It's about the colors you bring to the world and the lives you touch along the way. So, what's your painting? What's the thing you've always loved but set aside? Whatever it is, don't be afraid to pick up the brush and start painting your story. The world is full of colors, and it's waiting for yours.